Let's talk about some of the biggest myths surrounding property investing.
Okay. I thought it was going to be about people that sell property, that they're all rich. All buyers agents are rich, and they only work 9 to 5. No, I think that the biggest myth that I'm getting hit with the most at the moment that clients are asking for is about off-market properties. Do you buy off-market properties? Is the majority of the properties you buy for your clients off-market? And I don't know who did it, but someone has put the Australian populace under a spell that off-market means gold.
Yep.
And I always tell people, look at it logically. If a property is that amazing, you want as many eyeballs on it as possible. But we get lots of clients ask us about that. And I encourage people, if you are speaking to a buyer's agent or a buyer's advocate and they say all of our properties are off market or the majority of what we buy is off market, they're probably not running a really great business or doing a lot of transactions, because we have a dedicated team that looks for off market properties, and we know we reject more than 90% of them because they don't meet our standard.
Correct.
Why is a property off market? Well, it could be reasons that we want to buy it for, which is that the seller's a pain in the backside and doesn't want to pay for advertisement because they're being tight. Or it's a property that's being sold that has multiple owners, so they're being difficult about it. The property might need some cosmetic upgrades, significant cosmetic upgrades, but in our experience, we can see through that. Now buyers agents, and we've done this many times, can walk into a property and go, new carpet, new paint, light fixtures, curtains, $27,000, $30,000. I'm gonna get this for $80,000 below market value. That's a good off-market property.
It's great off-market
But
property.
why is it off-market? Is because the selling agent doesn't want to be associated with that type of product.
Yeah.
So if you can see past that, fine. But a lot of the stuff that we see that we reject, there's structural integrity issues, or it's in a location that's right next to a train station or some type of noise promoting infrastructure, or serious crime, or there's an issue with the building itself, big strata issues, sinking fund issues. And those are the 95% that we actually reject.
Yeah. Yeah. And divorce.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, great opportunity for us, terrible for the seller.
Absolutely.
But absolutely. And you only really find out that information typically once you have a good rapport or relationship with the real estate agent.
And look, there are legitimate reasons. Like you said, there's divorce, there's the fact people can have had a financial reversal. They need to sell the property. They don't, they're friends with their neighbours and they don't want their neighbours knowing about it. So they want to keep it on the down low. Another one we come across quite a lot is that there's a tenant in the property. The tenant might be on a long lease, or the tenant has too much furniture, or they're a bit messy.
Yep.
And so the place doesn't present terribly well. But there are legitimate reasons that actually do present a really good opportunity for us to buy a great piece of real estate, and that property is off market. But equally, there's also plenty of reasons why the property's off market, because it's flawed and has issues, and it's not something that we would want to buy. So look, I think my view is that there's opportunity there, but there's also there's good reason for caution there as well.
And another myth that frustrates me is the Australian media has done a really good job for a very long time of making units sound like they're terrible, like you'd never buy a unit. You got Opal Towers, Green Square, Alexandria, etc. here in Sydney, Docklands in Melbourne, etc. Like lots of unit issues. But with the massive amount of migration that we have, the 9.4 million more people that are going to come to our country by 2036, you look at that and you look at where they're going. These people aren't all buying houses.
They can't afford it.
They can't afford it. And they need location. They need something next to work where their kids can go to school. I truly believe units, we're not huge fans of buying units as a company. It's not been something we've really focused on a lot. We really like some land.
Land content is, and I think there are units out there that are in smaller blocks, and they're house size units. They're the units that we do like to look at are those ones that might be in a block of 6 or 9, maybe 12. and they typically have 3 bedrooms. So they mimic more of a house, a small house. They're the ones that we typically consider and will look at, because what we find is those ones are less commoditized and do tend to grow a lot better over time.
You are right. I think that units are something that more and more people are going to be purchasing, especially as an investment. That you grow up in a suburb that your parents owned a house in. You love that suburb. You love that area. You want to buy something. Now you're 20 years old, 25, 30 years old. You want to buy something. Houses are $6 million. What are you going to do?
Well, it's a good first step on the property ladder.
That's exactly right.
And you get in there, you pay your mortgage down, you have your friend move in to the bedroom, help you with the rent. It's a good way to get started.
And look, we know the overall long-term growth rate of apartments is less than houses. Okay.
Yeah, in the same suburb.
In the same suburb.
Because if you've got a unit in Bondi
Correct.
versus a house in somewhere else, you're correct.
Exactly. And what we're seeing today too with aging demographics is 3-bedroom apartments are becoming very popular because people are wanting to sell their house on the big block of land and they're wanting to move into something that's more manageable as they get older, into retirement. And a large, spacious 3-bedroom apartment works well because they can have their grandkids there. Second room for a study. We're seeing some good growth in some apartments.